on the Kiwi.
You're listening to the Radio Wammo Breakfast, only on Kiwi.
Well, every now and again here on the show, we like to feature a new site that's doing something interesting, putting out a new product, new service, something interesting that we can do online, and that may even translate into the real world as well. One such website is one called locavore365.org, LOCAVORE365.org. So yeah, a Kiwi website. It's been crafted together by Simon O'Sullivan and friends. Simon joins us today in Christchurch. Hello to you, Simon.
G'day, Wammo. How are you?
Very well. What exactly is this website? What does it do?
Yeah, well, probably the word locavore, that's a word that was coined a couple of years ago. It kind of comes from roots, carnivore and herbivore, but people who eat local produce. And so what we do is sort of we've put this website up where people can, if they've got a bit of stuff growing in their back garden or whatever, or and they've got a bit of an excess, whatever, and they might want to meet a neighbour or something like that and swap something with, they can put a listing up there.
Yeah.
You've got a lemon tree or something like that. Put a few lemons on, and you might meet a neighbour or something like that, and you can swap and trade or whatever, and share your local produce with your neighbours and things. But also, I'm quite a keen New Zealand supporter, and I try to buy New Zealand products when I can and things like that. So even like commercial growers and things like that, they're more than welcome to add listings on and things like that. But so it's just a way of supporting your local community and local economy, really, and hopefully your local food is produced in a much more sustainable way as well. So
it kind of fills in. It's got almost a virtual kind of farmers market.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And like farmers markets, say you can add a listing on for a farmers market, so you can find those. And when you add the listing on, people will log on and they search by they put in their address or their location or wherever they are.
Yeah.
And then they search by a selectable distance from wherever they are, down to 500 metres if you're actually signed in.
Right.
And, because it's got to be convenient as well. It's got to be close by. It's, the locavore, the term locavore, it defines food that's sort of grown or produced within a 100-mile radius, but obviously that's not terribly convenient.
Which has been the rule of farmers markets in New Zealand, isn't it?
Yeah. But, if you just want to, swap a few carrots with your neighbour or something like that, you're not going to drive 50 kilometres away to get them. But yeah.
So if I right now, if I type in the Kiwi address, we're in Jervois Road in Auckland City, and then put in there we go, 3 Jervois Road, Auckland City or thereabouts. And then I can put in a keyword. Yeah,
you can search for like carrots if you're after that, or something in particular.
So, I'd keep it blank because I just want to see what's in the general area.
Yeah,
and if I go,
leave it at 100 kilometres and see what's around.
Leave it at 100, and then I'll click search here. Food category, all categories, but you can select from vegetables, fruit, herbs and spices, dairy products. Gosh, you got the full gamut here. Seafood even.
Yep.
Click search and see what it comes up with. Now, of course, this relies on people already putting in their stuff and offering.
It does. Yeah. So we've only started recently.
I found one listing
all over the world. The website.
So we've got one listing here so far because it's only new. Someone who's offering sweet corn ready just before Christmas and new potatoes.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind that.
So it works everywhere in the world basically, and we're actually in the process of we've translated it into French. We're going to translate it into other European languages because they're really into that sort of stuff these days. But we've got like people. It's actually funny to see where the people kind of visit from. A lot of Oregon, Washington, and California in the US.
Yeah.
Tasmania in Australia and around Melbourne and Adelaide. They seem to be very popular.
And how is the word getting out there about this site?
Just sort of on forum websites and things like that. It's kind of just word of mouth. Hopefully, is how it's gonna go. But just Facebook and things like that. Yeah.
And so it was Simon. It was you and who else set it up?
A couple of other mates, Hamish and Mike.
And you're all kind of like-minded in this whole, looking for local produce and organics and eating better and...
Well, Mike's a farmer, and Hamish has got a couple of kids, and we've got kids as well, so, people with children they're always quite mindful of what sort of food they're giving their kids these days and things like that. So I'm a keen veggie gardener, so I always like to try to eat my local veggies and things like that, so yeah.
And then the actual process of setting it up, I mean, are you a web designer, or how did the actual site itself come about?
Yeah, we all work in IT originally, and so we've got the knowledge, and I actually worked overseas on some big websites a few years ago and things, so I've got the knowledge of running big websites and things. So
and was there anything else out there like this already?
No, there isn't actually. It's the only. There is a website in the US, but you have to type in your postcode and then you search from distance from there. But it's the only website that we've come across that works everywhere in the world. Just type in your address, select your distance, and go.
And so when someone actually lists some produce, say I've got an oversupply of tomatoes.
Yep.
And then I put in my listing, and so obviously the website knows what my address is. And where I'm located, but then how do people then get in touch with me once they find me?
Yeah, well, you have to sign. We're aware of keeping it private and things like that. You have to sign in to contact a person, and the person that's added the listing, they've got three methods to advertise their contact methods. One's just email, second a phone number, or third just to display your address. And what happens is we never display anyone's email on the website, but if you want to contact someone about a listing, you can send an email and you just fill out a wee form and it'll send an email off to that person, and they can choose to contact you back if they want. And you can fill out a little bit of a profile about yourself on the website so people can see if they want to respond to your email, maybe just a bit of information about yourself. The other method is, because as well as like people growing their own produce, I'm quite partial to a good lamb chop and sausage and things like that.
Yeah.
So, if the local butcher who's selling good quality, locally produced meat, they're more than welcome to add a listing on, and they might just want to put their address on. And then what happens if you want to contact that person by address, it actually pops up a Google map and shows you the route to get down to that butcher.
I tell you what, it would be really good, or even if just farmers with meat that that they're able to produce for you, could put it on there, would be amazing.
Anybody really, and it's probably one of the main reasons we're interested in the idea and sort of thought about it for a start is because money goes around in circles, and so you spend $1 with your local farmer, he might spend $1 with his local builder, and that local builder might spend $1 back with you, and so money goes around in a circle. But if you buy something that's sort of foreign produced, like something from someone in China, you're going to spend that $1, and that $1's lost. It's gone to China, so you've broken that circle. And you won't see that $1 back again because the wee man from China's not going to come down to your coffee shop and have a coffee with you or something like that. So, just anything that's local, farmers, as they butchers, fruit growers, vegetable growers, and then just like the person's got a lemon tree in the back of the yard, or someone just growing a few herbs.
What about the cost of actually setting up this website? Have they been significant at all?
Not really, because we've all got an IT background, so we've known what to do and what exactly is required and things like that. So we've done it on the cheap so far, and it's taken a long time though. It's taken over a year to get it to this stage. And just
briefly, sort of the back end, when you're searching for addresses, is that a Google map mashup? I mean, does it pull on Google?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But we can use as well as Google. It's called geolocation, basically, and there's a lot of people that offer that service these days. As Microsoft and Yahoo and quite a few other people, and we can actually use anyone, but Google is the most accurate. And
so this is the amazing thing, that you could be here in New Zealand and set up this worldwide website, but you don't really need the local knowledge of somewhere in Italy. You don't need to know.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. When we first thought about it, we thought, well, we want this thing to be worldwide, so there's a big market for it, but we don't want to have to learn about every suburb in Italy and then put that in there, as you say. So we just thought, well, we'll just use a geolocation service from Google and work from there.
All right. Well, it's a great website. I'm looking forward to using it a whole lot more. It's locavore365.org. That's LOCAVORE365.org. Do you have a Twitter handle or anything like that, or a Facebook page as well that people can?
I think one of the other guys has actually set up a Twitter handle. I think it's Locavore365. I can't confirm that, but yeah, maybe just search around and
go along to the website as well,
or sign up. As I say, we've got the first stage of searching, but we're going to work on a little bit of it's actually kind of almost social networking. We like to think of it social networking with a point,
right?
Where you can if you add a listing and you've got some friends there, it'll email them to say, oh yeah, Joe's added some more carrots on or something like that, or the butcher's got